If I do the cooking, go away and play. But the child will persist, as children do. She'll keep nagging the mother, and eventually you'll see what will happen. But at the moment, the mother still resists her and saying, no, I've got to do the cooking, I've got to keep an eye on this. But eventually the child will nag her that much for peace of mind. The mother will say, come on then, let's go and sort you out, see what you want. So now we get to the situation where the mother has left the kitchen to go and sort out the child, see whatever she wants, and she's now left the kitchen unattended with the pan still on the cooker. You can see now the smoke is starting to come off the pan. Although it may seem a long time away now, ladies and gentlemen, if you think most of you have had phone calls at some time or another, you go to the phone, you forget how long you're on there. You could be on there for 5, 10, 15 minutes. You may only think you've been on there for 1 or 2 minutes. But what you're seeing now, as it develops, you'll see more smoke is produced. Imagine this happening in your kitchen. The smoke will be going up the back wall, along the ceiling, till it finds the back wall on the other side, and then the smoke will gradually start to fill the room.
Will Graham Walker return to his ambulance?
You see there now the pan's smoking away quite merrily. Right, the housewife has now realised she's left something on the cooker. You can see the pan is now on fire. So she now comes back to the kitchen, realises that the pan is on fire. She collects a tea towel, soaks it in water, wrings it out, and she will now proceed to place a tea towel over the pan. You see how she folds it back in her hands to protect her hands, and you'll see she lays it on away from her. She now thinks that that pan has been extinguished. She decides she's going to take the tea towel off to have a look. She's now decided the pan's now caught fire again. She thinks obviously the tea towel has not done its desired job, so she's going to use the second method. She's now decided she's going to put water on it. You will now see the effects of putting water into a chip pan fire. You see there, ladies and gentlemen, the effects of putting water into a chip pan fire. You imagine if you were in your kitchen, you stood in front of a chip pan, and you were to throw a bowl of water onto that fire. Fire service has now been called. Fire service is now en route. Fire appliance is now in attendance. You see the firemen get out and deploy a hose reel. Also in attendance is an ambulance. Because believe me, if you were stood in your kitchen and you did that, you will need an ambulance. That crossover that you saw, you will not be able to get out of the way of it. You'll see along with the ambulance is also the victim support unit. This is available in the Durham area to give counselling to people who have been involved in this type of incident, or in any type of incident where they need clothing and may need housing afterwards. It's purely there as a victim support vehicle to give aid to people who suffer from stress. You'll see now the paramedics are putting the people in the back of the ambulance because that would be a traumatic event. Anyone having suffered that in their own kitchen will realise how traumatic it is, so the paramedics will now give them the once-over. You saw the effects there, ladies and gentlemen. I think you'll agree they were quite dramatic. This unit is available on site this afternoon, and they will be carrying out further demonstrations on fire safety, and they will show you the correct method of how to deal with the chip pan fire. The unit was to the fireman from Staffordshire who has travelled up this weekend to do this demonstration, and also to the crews who participate in the event. I say they will be available on site this afternoon to do further demonstrations to make people more aware of the effects of a chip pan fire and how, with some simple technique, you can prevent the loss of your kitchen. Piece of equipment that they are looking for to complement their machine. Also this afternoon, in the right hand corner of the arena, you'll see under the trees where the black smoke is, we have 2 steam fire appliances, and hopefully both of those will be in steam.
That message, put your hand in the air. This Land Rover, when it leaves, is coming out of your entrance. Over.
A bit of a comedy display by some of the preservationists. I'll fill you in as it goes along. Yesterday we had quite a laugh, it seemed to go quite well. Here, the workman's hut's just next to it. They've now decided they're going to have a look at and see what's going on today. But first of all, like the good British workmen, they decide they're going to have a brew.